Welcome to Conscious Living here at the Specialty Produce Network. We are so glad you're here to support your lifestyle with the fastest growing resource for conscious families. So sit back, relax, connect, and enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Conscious Living. We are so excited you're here today. It's just an amazing day. I'm here with my special guest, Kathy Mason. She is going to introduce us to a concept of her summit that's co-creative and awakening. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Ashley, for having me. I'm really excited to introduce people to this concept.
Me too. What does co-creative awakening mean?
Well, I have been a part of a group that's I've been, I think, meeting with them for 7 years, but they've met even longer. That started called the Co-Creators Convergence, and we meet in person once a year at Sunrise Ranch during the summer and co-create out of the field of possibilities. And so I really love co-creating with other people and seeing how to bring out new concepts, or even renewing the old concepts, and bringing them to light. So that's what the Co-Creative Awakening Summit starts in January 2020. And we're really excited. It's about championing adults to support themselves and the new children. And so I put together a group. I had to actually turn away some people. I had too many people that wanted to be in this incredible summit, but they're all amazing experts and can give parents, grandparents, and anyone really a better way to live and to work with the new children.
That's so beautiful. Share with us a little bit about what you mean by the new children. What do they mean?
I knew you were going to ask that. It's so funny. I work in a beautiful office building, and there's another company there called Bitbox. And Aiden asked me when I asked him if he wanted to be in this, and it's too busy a time for them. But anyway, he said, "What are the new children?" Well, he's got them. So the new children are these. Actually, one of the speakers, Michael Orwig, says that they're almost a different species of being, where they have the capacities to use other skill sets than most of the adults on the planet. They're highly intuitive, highly psychic, highly sensitive, and are totally working from their heart space. But even though they may go through schooling, which might dumb them down, they're still holding that space. And because of their sensitivities, they may be able to read your mind. They may be feeling empathically other things from their friends or family, and they don't know how to deal with it. And so as parents or grandparents, we need, number one, to work on ourselves so that we can have similar skills, because they're our birthright as divine humans. And secondly, we need to be there to support these kids, because there really isn't a construct in the education system or in society at large right now, although it's emerging. There's not really a construct for supporting these kids. I know you do, Ashley, you do incredible work, but you can see you're a pioneer. So that's why I felt it was so important. And this is really a nudge from the universe to do this. Anyway.
Well, it's a beautiful marriage, right? I mean, you're setting up a platform to support parents, caregivers, teachers, all of those adults who interface with children every day. And as they were, and what do we mean interface, right? We mean relate, right? We're teaching, we're guiding, we're stewarding, we're parenting, we're supporting, we're doing all of those things for the kids to support them and raising them in an environment they came in to support. They came
Right.
in to provide heart-centered, love, authentic, truthful, honest, integrous behaviors and actions, thoughts, and emotions that really shape our world and begin to start to grow it in ways we've always wanted.
That's so perfect. Yes, and the students are really our teachers. So that's what's so fascinating, because if parents are open to that, if they're open to experience more of what is really available for all of us. The kids are almost the way showers instead of us being the way
Yeah.
showers.
Well, we're
That's
always
why.
showing each other for sure.
Well, and that's the fun of it, I think, because if people are used to work on themselves and they want personal growth, we've got a collection of all different ways for you to grow yourself as you're learning about all the different ways to help your kids. And very, very brilliant. These are some of the world's most important people in their field. I don't know if you want me to read some of the information from the participants of this group, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So there's going to be two sessions a day, and it's all free. So all you do is sign up, and then on that day, every day actually, once you sign up, you'll get an email reminding you of the opportunity to listen to these interviews. And the first one is Steve Farber, he was the vice president of Tom Peters, who was the most influential business consultant and expert in the world in the 80s and 90s. And he just wrote a book called Love, It's Just Damn Good Business. And when you think about consciousness, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have had a title like that.
Right.
We have been talking about how loving your customer and loving your employees is the vital part, because everything is relationship. So
Yes.
his book's going to be a bestseller. It's in Barnes and Noble. It's everywhere. You'll see. It's a red cover. And then the next person is an MD. We have quite a few MDs or PhDs in this group. It's Dr. Paul Hanna, and Dr. Paul Hanna is going to be talking about soulful Qigong awakening and talking about sacred breath. And an amazing, beautiful being, and his energy is contagious. He works through breathing in love, breathing out harmony, again, relationship to yourself and then others. And his work, it's so inspiring. I just love his work. Then the next person is Elsie Ritzenheim, and she is going to be talking about creativity conversations. And she wrote a book that my company published. A lot of these people work with me, by the way. But Elsie is an expert on creative problem solving, and she's been in the education system. She's retired now, but she was in it for like 50 years, and they're not teaching anybody how to creatively problem solve. And so her work, I feel so blessed that I know her work, and I use it all the time, because basically what she does is she talks about living from the possibility space. So you don't go into your standard operating procedure when you're making decisions and labeling everything. You go into a different field of possibility where you can choose. So I don't want to give too much of it away, but that's
That's
awesome.
beautiful.
Yeah, and then the next one is William Spady, Bill Spady. He's a PhD. He's created this whole enlightened leadership work that is leading in the age of conscious empowerment. And he is an OBE expert, and he's also an education reformer. He just spent the past 3 years in the Philippines implementing OBE. And once you hear about this, anyone who's an educator is going to be fascinated with this work, because this is where children get out of school and have real life skills, not just learn how to pass and get better grades and better test scores.
Yeah.
So he's amazing. Then Olivia Parr-Rudd is the next one. She is actually a data scientist. She's an award-winning, internationally known data science and business expert. And she has just written Love at Work, with the at sign, like the email.
Yeah.
And here again, it's a very similar theme, but her work is very much based on self-love. And so you're going to see a lot of information that is just practical, just, you can do this
Yeah.
kind of stuff, which is, that's what everyone's so busy. If they've got a family or a business and a life, they really have to have things that are easy to do, but nurture themselves. Then the next person is Eric Knaus. And Eric Knaus, I got to help him years ago, probably 8 years ago, create a mindfulness program for humanities team. And he is a mindfulness expert. He has a mindfulness program in Spanish and in English. He lives in Ecuador now. And he is working with HeartMath on a new project to combine mindfulness with a global toning initiative.
Yes.
And I'm really excited to hear more about that and to see the results. So wait till you hear about him. Then the next person is Andrea Isaacs. She is an Enneagram expert. But what she's done, and she's worked, she adds motion. And so it's very creative, very different, and very much fun. It's not work. It's not really in your brain. It's in your body. So it's very different and very, very fun. Very fun.
Well, we could tell as the audio went boinging in and out. So she must have a very expansive program.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can hear some dings going through, but I don't know. It must be Facebook. I'm sorry.
It was awesome. It was really illustrative of the masters and experts that you have on your panel to support all the caregivers for the new children. And I really sense in a really big way that all the new children is every child on this planet, quite honestly,
Right.
and that we are waking up to a new level of consciousness. And, I always say inside of my world and my practice is that these children are born aware. They're born, like you said, highly intuitive, multisensory. They're also born to this awareness that they're not separate from all that is. They're not
Right.
separate from the good. They're not separate from the bad. They're not separate from each other. And they come in with this new idea and understanding of how to relate with one another. And different from a world that they're born into right this minute about feeling that we're individuated, we're separate. We have our own needs, me, I, you. And so we have all these pronouns that really describe our individuated states. And in their natural states, they don't see any level of separation. So this idea of having to create boundaries and stand off and I can't have it this way, they're bringing in the idea that we can create new languaging to say, hey, what you had to say was not so great. can we rephrase that? Can we work on that? Do you need some support? What's happening? Right? So they're bringing in the idea that we can start to speak from different forms of language, different forms of sharing, so that we can get to the deeper issues that might be conflicts in our lives.
Right, right. But Ashley, I think what you're saying, the reason why all of these people's work is so amazing is that as an adult, you have to come from a very calm, peaceful, mindful state to really interact effectively with them
Yeah.
because they are so sensitive and we weren't taught these skills. So that's why I think all of this work is so important. It opens up your mind and expands your thinking about how you can be in the world, which is going to help you. It's going to make you much more joyful and help you thrive in the world. So this will be good for any adults. It's not just for the people with children,
Right.
because we're all.
Yeah, some of us are some of those closet sensitives. And as we've grown up, right? And I think there we are.
Oh well, but I do, and so I feel like if we get to a centered place, then we're out of the fear, we're out of labeling, we're out of judgment of what will people think. Just like me doing this, I've never
Right.
done a summit before. I'm doing it. You're doing a podcast.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we just had this urge, this nudge to help more people in a much bigger way, right?
that's for sure. And it's really, really exciting because it can also free us. Many adults are sensitive. Many adults are awakening to being okay with feeling other people's feelings, being
Right.
okay with really knowing the deeper senses of what they're thinking and feeling, so that we can provide an opportunity of support and caring for one another. We can notice our
Right.
own unconscious thoughts and feelings.
Mhm.
So that, right, we can say for that moment, today I really am feeling kind of sensitive. And I'd like to express that sensitivity to you. Is there a way we can share and work with one another?
Yes, I'm sorry you blipped out for a second.
Yeah, it's great. We're creating expanded awareness on
We are.
Facebook
Well, no,
Messenger,
you got to understand, between you and I, we're definitely working with it.
working on multiple
So,
levels. Yes. Well, that summit is so beautiful. How do people have the availability to find you and to, sign up for your summit in
uh,
January?
so the website is almost completed, but it's complete enough for everyone to go and sign up.
All right.
It's co-creativeawakeningsummit.com.
Okay.
That's co-creativeawakeningsummit.com. And as soon as you sign up, you'll start. Again, we won't bother you with a bunch of emails, but we will make sure that you know what day to come and what a way that you can listen to all of the interviews. And then
Beautiful.
each one of these people have generously offered a free gift for the audience. So, and those will be available after the 6th of January.
Okay.
So these people, I just am so excited about getting them more visible in the world. And I didn't get to even tell you about all the other ones, but I mean, every one of them is a huge gift. They're so insightful, and they've done all the years of research and work and tried different systems, and they've got it down.
Yeah.
So for the people that are going to join the summit, they have a resource package with it that I've never seen before. I mean, I wish I had it as a child, or as a child or a parent, because I was awake as a child. But as a parent, I wish I would have had these resources, because I think every family is going through, the construct of this paradigm we're in right now is we're in constant change. 2020 is going to be a big year.
Yeah.
So I hope people will go to co-creativeawakeningsummit.com. I know it's a little long, but
It's awesome.
I will and sign up because I'm just so thrilled. And we will be doing 4 of these this year. This is our first one, and I know that anyone that participates will really get a quantum leap in their life.
Absolutely. And what that means is in that idea of co-creating, we'll be learning those aspects about how we can co-create with our relationships, right? With ourselves, right?
That's
And
it.
self-love, right?
That's
And
it.
with others, with the kids, with other adults. And we'll
That's
have
it.
the opportunity to improve all of our life circumstances, which are these relationships we have with everyone and everything.
Well, everything's an inside job. I mean, and lots of people at the new year do a New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to keep my house straight, or I'm going to do my bookkeeping, or whatever it is. And then, 2 months later, they're off course. Well, this is inside where if you love yourself enough, and then you see everyone else's love. It's a whole different paradigm shift that we're going to, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's what we came here for.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you so much. And Ashley's going to be in it too, you guys. I didn't get all the way down the list.
We're gonna talk about
so
conscious relating, which is awesome, and the energy that we share with each other, and how that impacts us individually and then collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the new earth. The new earth. And when people talk about the big event, it's happening.
It's
It
happening.
already happened, and we just have to be open to seeing the world in a different way, and that we don't have to necessarily see everything as the way the media shows it, which is contrast. It's all polarity. We don't have to be in that anymore. We can be in pure joy and love all the time now.
Right. In 2020, we are creating clear vision.
Yeah.
Clear vision to seeing what we do want and
Right.
less focusing on what we don't want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Kathy, for joining us today. And thank you for sharing this beautiful summit and this opportunity to come together collectively to really be those stewards and resources for the kids coming in these days.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for what you're doing. It's so cool. It's so remarkable. I'm so honored to know you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you all for listening to this podcast. We are so grateful for you tuning in and experiencing the innovations and opportunities we all can incorporate into our daily lives. Connect with us at centerforconsciouskids.com to sign up for the latest news that showcases these revolutionary services and products. Our global website provides families with an online conduit for enrichment and transformation in all our lives. Please share with other kids and families who would enjoy these advancements in living consciously. I'm Ashley Lee, and I thank you so much for joining us.